Yo! Hegassen here, and thank you for tuning in to my One Piece anime review of episode 925. Really hyped for this episode because it is the Sanji raid suit episode. In the anime, finally get to see it in full colour with full Germa sound effects, and they really went to town. Remember that first transformation of the Germa way back in Whole Cake Island and how crazy they went with the animation? That is why I was hyped for this episode. Could not wait to see it. They absolutely loved doing the Germa stuff with all those epic sound effects and those over the top crazy transformations, and we got all of that here in this episode. I'm also really hyped to talk about this episode because when this came out in the manga, I wasn't actually reviewing the manga then, so I finally get to talk about it. Finally get to talk about Soba Mask and Stealth Black. I get to fan out a little bit like Law was throughout this entire episode. So let's talk about it. Most of the episode was the continuation of Sanji versus Page 1. And like I said, they did the Germa 666 raid suit transformation. And it was just as good. It was just as over the top. The camera was zooming just as close to Sanji's rippling abs as it was back when Yonji and all that did it. Not quite to the level and the level of detail that they went when Reiju did it. But nonetheless, it was still epic. I was absolutely loving it. It was colourful, it was fun. I'm not quite sure why Sanji was doing all of the poses. That seems a little bit weird. Maybe the raid suit in its transformation actually forces you to do them. But it was great, and it was great seeing Law fan out. Law is a fan from the North Blue. But it was a little bit convenient here as well because he knew everything. He was basically here as a little bit of an exposition device. Sanji even called him out on it. Why do you know everything? And yeah, Law has kind of been relegated recently to a little bit of an exposition. A few episodes ago, he was the one who kept talking about the Tobi Roppo. This time he's talking all about the Germa. It does make sense, but it just felt a little bit too convenient. I guess, somebody had to talk about it. You couldn't just rely on dialogue boxes or anything like that, or Sanji's talking about it, because he doesn't really want to talk about it. He doesn't like the fact that he had to wear this raid suit. He doesn't like the Germa. He doesn't like the Vin smokes. But what I love is Sanji's character and how Sanji will wear it. He will wear the thing that he hates the most. He will wear the thing that makes him remember his heritage and his father and all the stuff that he went through. He will wear that to protect his friends and to protect people. Really good moment for Sanji. Obviously later on it turns into a bit of a gag when you find out that the Stealth Black has built-in stealth technology, which again is interesting because that was one of Sanji's dreams. One of Sanji's many dreams apparently, but it was one of Sanji's dreams to be invisible. So he can not necessarily help people, so he can go into bathhouses, but also a little bit here. He does mention to protect people, but mainly to go into bathhouses. But yeah, it's interesting that he now has that ability and he has to thank his family and his heritage for that as well. So that's a good little bit of conflict. And again, the conflict of him having to wear this raid suit that he hates, but he's doing it. He's putting his pride to the side just so he can help and save people. Good moment for Sanji and an epic fight for Sanji. It's a little, I'm not quite sure how I really feel about the raid suit. It is a good power up. I would have liked to have seen him maybe develop a little bit more hockey or something like that, or a few more moves, but I think that can come later on. This was just showing off the raid suit. Obviously, he said he's going to get some modifications made to it, some Frankie modifications, no doubt some laser beams, hopefully some nipple lights. I think that we're going to see that kind of Sanji's own powers mixed with the Germa stuff a little bit more down the line. This was just showing off what the actual Germa tech can do. So that more kind of personalized raid suit, that will come later. The real Soba Mask. Hopefully he does keep the name, because I quite like the name in this actually. Yeah, page 1 though, page 1. It was really good. The fight, they showed a lot more than they did in the manga. In the manga it was very quick, which is also why I was excited to see this. Wanted to see a few more blows, and we got to see that here. Page 1 didn't look quite as much as a punching bag. He was still a punching bag, but not as much. In the manga, he definitely looked like he was a punching bag. But no, really good. Much better expansion on the fight. Some really good animation. You could tell just by the little bits of detail that we're going to be in for a good animation episode, and we got some good animation, especially that final kick. That final kick was absolutely epic. And I really liked page 1's hybrid form as well. Looked really good. I like it a lot more than Drake's. I'm glad they didn't have that kind of weird like hoodie effect that a lot of them have, that I was talking about in my last review about X Drake. I didn't think it really worked there. So this kind of new hybrid form that page 1 is showing off was a lot better. X Drake, take notes, learn from page 1, and rechange your hybrid form. I don't know how much control Zone users have over their hybrid forms. I mean, Chopper has a lot of control, but can they actually really change how their face looks and stuff with it? Can they determine, I'm going to put 10% more snout and 5% more of my own ears or something like that? Not really sure, but yeah, definitely page 1's hybrid form over X Drake's hybrid form. We also got a little bit of a tease as to what's coming up with Robin sneaking around Orochi's castle and the introduction of the Onuwa Banjus. Great to see them in the anime, the most colourful ninjas around. A little bit disappointed that the catfish weren't the same colour as Wishcas, but still really nice. Nice to see them all really colourful. To be honest, I was expecting them to be really colourful, not just all wearing black. I was expecting all the greens and yellows. I'm sure we'll kind of get this scene played again in the next few episodes, but this was just like a tease just to let us know what else is coming up. But the most of the episode was with Sanji, and I really appreciate that. Great episode, lived up to the hype for me. Glad I finally get to talk about Sanji in his raid suit. So for me, gold tier episode. Also, I really loved this scene. We had that kind of Sanji fantasy, and all of the women were cute and beautiful and big, and all of the guys were tiny, had like grumpy looking faces. Apart from Luffy, you can't disrespect the captain. Hey, so thanks for watching. What did you think? Let me know about it in the comments below. And if you enjoyed my video, maybe give it a like, and if you really liked it, why not subscribe? You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram and Twitch. Oh, and here's a related video you might enjoy, and something more fresh. I've been Hegassen, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye!